Hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. It is No Limit Nikki. And so today I wanted to go live real quick. It's not going to be long, but I wanted to go live because I wanted to talk about insurance. There was this article, and so I wanted to just go over this article about life insurance. So let me just introduce myself. My name is No Limit Nikki. I am a licensed life insurance agent. I'm also here on YouTube, and on my YouTube channel, I talk about my journey as far my weight loss journey. We're going to talk about lifestyle, wellness, of course, everything dealing with life insurance and everything in between. Okay. So before I get started, I actually wanted to share. So I just wanted to show y'all that you can go on and you'll be able to schedule a consultation with me, secure life solutions with me, Nikki Heron. I'm just going to go over this real quick. So I use Calendly to schedule all my appointments, just to let you know your analysis is free. And I do appointments, I schedule them on Zoom. And so you schedule your life insurance qualifications appointment with me. I am licensed currently in the state of Georgia, South Carolina, Florida, Texas, and Ohio. And I am working on getting my license in North Carolina, Alabama, and Illinois. So this is where you can go ahead and schedule your free analysis. Why schedule an appointment? Well, first of all, personalized assessment, of course, expert guidance, affordable options, and then a peace of mind. And what to expect during your appointment, comprehensive evaluation, you guys, clear explanations and tailored recommendations. And so secure your family future by scheduling an appointment with me so we can discuss exactly what options you may have with life insurance. Okay, so I just wanted to go ahead and go over that. So now let's just go. I'm just going to go straight to it. It's this article, and I'm going to share the article. So give me 1 second. So let's talk about this. So this is our article. As you can see, is from bankrate.com. And it talks about life insurance. It's like the facts and statistics about life insurance, right? So they talk about like life insurance facts and statistics. But I wanted to also, there was a study. So here are some key life insurance facts and stats from the study. Where should we? Yeah, let's start with this first. So perceived insufficient coverage. So 22% of life insurance owners believe they do not have adequate coverage. 22%. So that is, to me, that's a small percentage of individuals that believe that they do not have adequate coverage. I honestly believe that it should be higher. Because most people nowadays, they think about, oh, I just need life insurance for my family to bury me or cremate me. But a lot of people don't think about the aftermath. Like if you are the primary breadwinner, guess what? Once you die, your income is gone forever as well. So you have to think about, and especially if your family solely depend on you, you want to make sure that you have adequate life insurance. And most people are actually uninsured. So I thought that percentage was, because it's pretty much stating, the article stating 22% of life insurance owners believe they don't have adequate coverage. So at least 22% of people believe that they don't. But I feel like that number should be higher. Now let's talk about market stability. So the proportion of respondents who feel they need life insurance has remained stable since 2022, with 30% of non-owners expressing a need. So only 30% of non-owners expressing a need in life insurance. Again, everyone is going to pass away. We just don't know when. So it's important while you're young and in good health to secure your life insurance now instead of waiting until you're older. Okay. Next, let's go into income and insurance needs. So amongst those earnings, $50,000 to $149,999 annually, 39% report a need for more life insurance, highlighting a significant interest for middle income consumers. So what is this saying? It's stating among those earning, so those individuals that's earning between 50,000 up to rounded off to 150,000 annually, 39% report a need for more life insurance. So this is trending where 39% know that they need more life insurance. So these individuals, especially middle income consumers rather, I'm going to guess that they do have life insurance through their employer. However, they know that they need to have a supplemental policy outside of the employer. I'll have to out next when I go live, I definitely want to dive in as far as, okay, so how many years are people staying on with their employer? Because on an average, back in the day, you guys, people was staying with their company for 30 years and retiring and get their pensions. That is not the case anymore at all. So I'm going to actually do some research to see exactly what is the average number of years that most people are staying with their employer, which I'm going to assume that that number is 7 years or lower or and below. It could be actually lower, which means that that's why it's very important for you to have supplemental coverage outside of your job. Because once you leave your job, or if you get fired, or when you retire, you lose your life insurance to your employer. You're not the sole owner of your life insurance policy. So let's scroll down here and let's go to gender gap. So women are less likely to have life insurance than men, with the consistent 11-point gap over the past 14 years of study. So women are less likely to have life insurance than men. That was surprising to me. That was surprising to me. Let's just say if you are a female and you're married, or you have a significant other and he's the breadwinner or she's the you're in the same sex relationship and your partner is the breadwinner, I can understand why your spouse have life insurance. But it's still very important for you to have life insurance as well, because you just never know, your partner, they're going to need some type of coverage for you as well. But women are less likely to have life insurance. That is surprising. Now, this was surprising to me. Now, let's talk about the generations, because this is what I wanted to talk about here. So as far as with the generational trends, baby boomers have the highest rate of life insurance ownership, which I can actually agree with. Baby boomers. My parents are baby boomers. Baby boomers, they understand the importance of having life insurance. Now, Gen Z, now aging into studies demographics, shows a growing interest despite lower ownership rates, with half indicating they need more coverage. So Gen Z, if I'm not mistaken, Gen Z, what age group is that in? Let's see, Gen Z, for all my Gen Z people, because I'm not even sure age range for Gen Z. So Gen Z is the generation born 1995 to 2012. 1995 and 2012. So yes, so that makes sense because Gen Zs, they're getting married, having babies, XYZ, entering into they've been in their adulthood, but now they're starting to get serious as far as, oh snap, like we're getting older, about life insurance. So I can understand that. Now let's go into diverse needs. So Black and Hispanic Americans, according to this article, Black and Hispanic Americans report a higher need for life insurance protection compared to other groups. I'm just going to leave that one there. Okay. Financial concerns. Millennials. I am a millennial. Millennials currently express the highest level of concern over financial matters, and notable shift from Gen X in previous years. So, financial concerns, millennials. And I will say with millennials, it's almost like that in between, because as a millennial, we grew up with technology, right? And then, with us wanting to just learn so much, and a lot of millennials, I will say, are entrepreneurs too. I'll have to do my research to see exactly which generation has the most entrepreneurs. I want to say, I do want to say that is millennials. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. All right. And let me go back here. And so I just want to, there we go. So yes, so I just want to say, you guys, the content on this channel is just informational, education, and entertainment purposes only, and should not be considered professional financial advice, okay? But you can schedule your life insurance qualification appointment today and take the first step towards to secure your family future. So I just wanted to just say that. All right, so let's go back to the article here. Okay, so let me scroll down. Okay. So cost misconceptions. Approximately 72% of all participants overestimated the cost of basic term life policy, a common misconception year after year. So, okay, so if you don't know what term life insurance is, term life is just temporary life insurance. Term life will expire. However, it is cheaper out of the two. Just to let everybody, it's cheaper out of whole life. So term life is going to be the cheapest out of between term and whole life. And it's a reason, it's a reason why it's cheaper, because it's going to expire. And so most people, I am licensed to sell both, and I actually advise individuals who I see to have both, because term life insurance you can use to protect the loss of your income. You can use it as mortgage protection. What about to protect your kids' education? So in term life, you can secure a large sum of money for a more affordable rate. However, just know, as you're paying for that policy every month, it will expire at the end of that term. Also, let's just say you automatically renew that term life policy. Just know, as we get older, term life insurance, your term life insurance policy is going to increase. So as you get older, you'll receive, wait, why did my insurance like double? Yeah, because you're older. So that's how that works. So I just wanted to break down the difference between term life and whole life as well. Whole life obviously is for your whole life. If you don't know, whole life, your premium is going to be a little bit more. It's going to be a little bit higher than term life insurance. But guess what? There's benefits to it. So as you're paying for your whole life policy, it accumulates cash value. So as you're paying on it, you're accumulating cash value. So later down the road, if you ever fell behind hard times, you can borrow from your life insurance policy. But you can't borrow from your life insurance policy if you have term life. If somebody says, oh yeah, you can borrow from your term life policy, run. Okay, because you can't. Just letting you know. All right, so next is knowledge gaps. Over a quarter of younger generations cite a lack of knowledge about life insurance products as a barrier to ownership. So I will say there's a lot of information on the internet, a lot of misinformation as well. So do your research, you guys. Like, now we live in an age where we're going to believe Joe down the street versus we'll rather go and watch Joe video instead of doing our own research and not fact checking. Everything I'm saying to you, you can fact check. It will tell you term life does not build cash value. Like if you have a term life policy, no. Strictly term life, no. And so do your own research. People don't want to do their own research for whatever reason anymore. All right, so community trust. So 1 in 5 individuals identify as LGBTQ plus, prioritize working with insurance professionals who share their sexual orientation or are known allies. So as far as I know, when I write insurance policy, now I will just say this. I have not written a policy where someone identify as the opposite sex. And so I will say that I'm not even sure. I'm pretty sure I'll have to check and look in the application to see if we've actually updated that. However, as far as I know, if you were born a man, your policy, we're going to check you as a male. If you was born female, we're going to check you as female. Now, I will say this. If you was born female and you identify as a male, you still might want to take advantage of going ahead and put female on that life insurance policy, because guess what? Females' premiums are less expensive than male policies. So, yes, I will. You heard from me. You know, if you are a female, 9 times out of 10, your policy, it most likely your premium is assuming that you're in good health, obviously. Assuming that you're in good health, your premium is going to be less than a male. Okay. So pretty much these statistics reveal a stable yet evolving landscape in the life insurance characterized by persistent misconceptions about costs and coverage needs across diverse demographic groups. As the life insurance industry continues to adapt to changing demographic and economic conditions, understanding these trends becomes increasingly important for anyone involved in financial planning. Okay. And so next it goes down to how many people have life insurance. So the study shows, provided by building on the insight provided by the 2024 Insurance Barometer study, approximately 51% of Americans report owning at least one life insurance policy, indicating stable coverage levels are over recent years. I'm willing, hold on, let's read the next sentence. The study reveals that 42% of American adults either need to obtain life insurance or increase their existing coverage. This persistent need gap includes about 102 million adults, blending those who are uninsured and those who are underinsured. So I will say, when it said indicating at least one life insurance policy, I am willing to put money down that is through your employer, which that's hence why you need more life insurance. You need a supplemental life insurance. Okay. So, and we want to go down into life insurance claim statistics. In 2023, insurance benefits and claims total $831.9 billion. According to the Insurance Information Institute, this number has increased when comparing 2022's benefit and claims, which total $812.5 billion. So this amount includes death benefits, annuities, benefits, disability benefits, and other payouts. The largest payout in 2021 was $416.2 billion for surrender benefits and withdrawals from life insurance contracts made by policyholders who terminated their policies early or withdrew cash from their policies. What does that mean by withdrew cash? That means that the cash value, so they had whole life, or they could have had like an annuity, things of that nature. So let's go here. Life insurance statistics by age. So one of the most significant determining factors in life insurance costs is age, obviously. A lot of people don't know that. Some people maybe call me up and be like, can I get a discount? No, there's no such thing as discounts for life insurance. What? Like, who are you? Did you not do your research? No, you didn't, because you will know. You cannot get a discount for life insurance. Now, the only discount you probably would get is if you are not a smoker. If you're not a nicotine smoker, 9 times out of 10, you're in good health. And it's not even a discount, but it's just the regular rates. Because if you smoke cigarettes, any type of nicotine, guess what? Your premium is going to be higher. Unfortunately, if you're not in good health and you take medication, 9 times out of 10, you're going to fall in a special risk category. So your premium is going to be higher as well. So if you want to look at a healthy person versus a non-healthy person, then yeah, that healthy person is going to get, their premiums is going to be average compared to that person that's in special risk. So if you want to consider that a discount, I guess be my guest, So the premium amount increases on average 8 to 10% for every year of age. Age can also influence whether a person qualifies for life insurance coverage at all. Depending on the type of policy, the maximum age for approval range from 70 to 85 years of age. Now, I will say this with my company, once you're over the age of 18, you cannot get life insurance. You're uninsurable. So please, you guys, if you are a millennial like me and you have parents that are baby boomers, please make sure, it's very important now that we talk about life insurance and whether or not our parents, our aunties, our uncles, our grandparents, our sisters, our cousins, our brothers that have life insurance, because when they are older, that premium is going to cost more. It's going to cost more for them to get life insurance when they're older, because life insurance is based off of your age, your attained age at the time of the application, and your health. I cannot stress that enough. So if they're healthy, okay, cool. But if they in their 70s, they still gonna have to pay a good penny for the policy, the coverage amount, depending on how much they want. So you got to think about that. You know, I see often where we always think, oh, we can get it later down the road. Well, it's gonna cost you later down the road if you wait that long. So I just wanted to let everybody know that. All right. So other interesting life insurance statistics around age. According to 2024 Insurance Barometer study, the percentage of life insurance ownership tends to increase with age. So Gen Z, ages 12 to 27, claim a 36% ownership. 50% of millennials, ages 28 to 43, own life insurance. Gen X, ages 44 to 59, and baby boomers, 60 to 78, claim the highest percentage of ownership. Obviously, because they're older and they understand the importance. So again, you guys, if you fall into the Gen Z category and the millennial category, you have to understand it's very important for us to go ahead and get life insurance now while we are young. So that way, when we're older, when we're between 44 and 78, we already have something in place for our children and our grands, okay? Millennials and Gen X generations are significantly more likely to own term life insurance when compared to younger and older generations. Obviously, millennial and Gen X, term life insurance. Why? Can somebody put in the chat why millennials and Gen X generations are significantly more likely to own term life insurance? Go ahead and put in the chat, you guys, because I want to see. I want to see, why is that? Why is that? Okay. The reason being is because it's cheaper. Term life is cheaper. Remember, I stated earlier, term life is cheaper because guess what? It's going to terminate. It will expire. Okay. Compared to younger and older generations. Older generations know what it is. Older generations were taught to always have whole life. Now, you have people, I'm not going to say any names, but you have people going around telling people to cash in their whole life policy. And people are actually listening to this individual in their podcast. Do what's in the best. Y'all, stop listening to people. Do what's in the best interest of your family. First, do your own research and understand fully the difference between term life and whole life for your family. And then you make an executive decision. But you have to always remember, you have yes, you can be healthy right now, but God forbid something happens to you later down the road. And guess what? You're not debt free yet. So something happened later down the road, you're diagnosed, and now you become uninsurable. Well, guess what? That whole life policy you surrendered, and for a term life policy, that term life policy will expire, you guys. I promise you that. So before y'all just go surrendering your whole life policy, listening to individuals out here that's all about debt free, which is nothing wrong with being debt free. However, always look at life insurance as a necessity. That's a bill. Your family depends on it, because if something happens to you, your paycheck is gone forever. And let's just say somebody says, well, I have life insurance through my employer. You don't even know if your employer is going to pay out, and you don't know how long it's going to take them to pay out. It can take up to between 6 months. It can take 3 to 6 months, up to 6 months. Sometimes I know I spoke with a lady whose husband passed away, and it was almost a year and she still haven't they was trying to really do her dirty and they wasn't trying to pay out. So it's just very important, you guys, to make sure you have your own policy where you have full ownership of it. Okay. 72% of Gen Z Americans are likely to own permanent coverage. The most likely group of the generations, Gen Z. When they say permanent coverage, that's whole life. When you see anything that says permanent, whole life, permanent coverage is whole life. Generation Z represents the highest number of individuals with a need for more coverage at 49%. Baby boomers show a 27% need gap, the smallest gap of the different generations. Okay. And then the average life expectancy in the United States per 2023 was 78.4%. That's a 9% increase from 2022. So most people are living longer. The average life expectancy is 78, age 78. Did I say 78.4%? I'm sorry. The average life expectancy in the United States in 2023 was 78 years of age. Okay. And so I just wanted to come to you and share this article with you and share the importance of life insurance and why it's important. Okay, so yes, so I just wanted to just come to you and to share the importance of why it's important to have life insurance. Again, my name is No Limit Nikki. I'll be more than happy to be your life insurance bestie. Okay, and let me share my screen here. I am going to post my link in the description box. So I'm going to post my link in the description box, but I definitely I wanted to just come back on and let everybody know that you're more than welcome to schedule a free consultation with me. Secure your life solutions with Nikki Heron. That is me. And then I use Calendly, so you can go on. I'm actually going to because I'm going to open Monday and Tuesday. So far I have Wednesday and Thursday, but I'm gonna open Monday and Tuesday for everyone to schedule a consultation. And I will say this, you guys, like, let's just say for an example, you had life insurance and the policy lapse. Please don't feel bad if your policy lapse. Understand that I can make it affordable for you. I'm going to ask you some serious questions, but I want to know exactly what's more important to you right now. And I just want to encourage everyone to just start off with a small policy. And you can always add on as your budget increase. But we all have to do a better job at budgeting. We all have to do a better job at that because most people think life insurance is not important when no, it is important. Like, when we go, guess who's going to have to pick up the tab? Our family. So if you're already in a situation where your family is depending on you, why would you want to put them in a financial hardship? Also, if they depended on you to pay the bills and you don't have anything, then how are they going to continue to live? Think about that. So thank you for joining me today. Go ahead and comment below. Comment below if you knew, comment below and I'm going to link this article, but comment below whether or not you already have life insurance, whether it's through your employer or you have a supplemental policy as well outside of your policy. Outside of your employer. And then comment below if you've learned anything. So the reason why I wanted to start this live stream is to educate. I love educating. Not only I love educating myself, but I love sharing the information with others. I don't believe in gatekeeping. So thank you for spending your time with me this evening. Again, my name is No Limit Nikki. The reason why I call myself No Limit Nikki is because I truly believe there's no limit to your success. All right. Y'all have a wonderful day. Be safe out there, and I will see you next week. Bye.